Barowie, everyone got up this morning, 4:30, tuned into Optus Sports.
This is cold as ice, and I reckon England's as cold as ice as we speak.
Happy days for Italy, not so for the English.
Good for a fantastic start here. Shaw! They've got it! His first goal for England, and what a time to get it! Fizzed in low, flick on, and it's forfeit in the end from very close range by Leo Bonucci, and Italy are level. Italy won, England won at Wembley. We go to penalties at Wembley to put England into the lead. Gosh, there's no stopping that. Rashford is ready. A stutter. Oh, he's missed it. Bernardeschi scores. It's swung back Italy's way, and the pressure's on England. One of the best penalty takers in the modern game for Italy. And it's saved by Pickford. England are still alive in the final. Pressure on a 19-year-old. And now Italy win. They're European champions for only the second time, 53 years after the first. A long wait is over for the Azzurri, but not for England.
Well, the cup's not coming home. It's off to Rome. Joining me, well, he's a shattered former star Englishman, Michael Bridges. Thanks to Optus Sports. Gee, did they cover it well. Michael, condolences. What happened?
We bottled it yet again in penalty shootout. It was just an amazing game of football, to be fair. You know, it was a final. It was all set. It was at Wembley. There were 65,000 people cheering on Gareth Southgate and his men. And unfortunately, they came up against an Italian team under Mancini that was 33 games unbeaten before this one. They managed to make it 34. And what impressed me so much about the Italians, you know, I'm not one of these bitter and twisted pommies. I've got to say it how it is. The Italians go 1-0 down at Wembley in the first 2 minutes of a game. It's all geared up. You can just see England lifting this trophy. The Italians bounced back. They started dominating the game. Chiellini and Bonucci, the two centre-halves with all the experience, were magnificent. And the longer the game went on, it was just, you could see the penalties were coming. And as an Englishman with so many years of hurt in penalty shootouts, the inevitable was going to happen. And I really feel for the three men that missed it. In Rashford, who's done amazing things for the country, for the food for the school kids. And, you know, then there was another man, Sancho, who hasn't played a big part. And Saka, the Arsenal player at the age of 19, taking the deciding penalty. They're going to need a lot of mentoring and a lot of looking after. I'm sure Southgate can. And I hope they don't come under too much criticism, because this is the future of English football.
Did England get it wrong in the penalties? Some are calling it a choke. Others said it's on Southgate. Gareth himself said he got a bit of it wrong. Where do you see it?
Gareth admitted it. He got it wrong. He chose the penalty takers, and I believe he did get it wrong. It's probably the only decision in the whole tournament that he has got wrong.
Okay.
And it's backfired on him. I've seen this happen before when there was a goalkeeper for the Dutch team. They changed their goalkeeper, can you believe? He hadn't played a minute of football. Tim Krul, I played him at Newcastle United. He hadn't seen a minute of football, but in the extra time, he analysed every football penalty taker at club level and national level, and they made a substitution and put him in goal. He saved 3 penalties. That was seen as a masterstroke. Southgate had the young man Rashford and Sancho lined up on the sideline. They hadn't had any minutes of football in that game. They didn't feel the game for themselves. Yes, they're 2 strikers, but when I saw Jordan Henderson going off, I thought, this is a strange one. He's a leader of Liverpool. He can handle pressure. He's been in these situations before. And then the lads have missed their penalties. And, anything can happen. Listen, Donnarumma is a great keeper, player of the tournament. He's a big, big boy.
Oh, he's massive.
He's massive. So them goals look small anyway, believe you me, especially when there's somebody in that size. Then you've got a 19-year-old boy in Saka taking the deciding penalty. That is the penalty that can make you or break you, the 5th one. And normally it's established penalty takers or captains. And we saw Mbappe do it for France. He was the fall guy for that at a young age. He stepped up. But then in this game, I just felt it was so harsh. I really did. When you've got players like Jack Grealish, you had Sterling, who's had an unbelievable tournament still on the field, and you had Luke Shaw that already scored a goal. These are experienced players, and I just felt they could have taken the pressure off and maybe had a chat with the manager and discussed it, but Southgate has come out and said it was down to him.
Yeah, well done to he. He's done a mighty job. 55 years and still counting. And that's just the cold, hard realities of this game. The theatre of a penalty, Michael, there's no other game has it. The highs and the lows. It's bloody cruel.
Listen, it is. It is bloody cruel, but at the end of the day, there's got to be a winner and a loser.
Yeah.
And this Euros, I was having a laugh. We did a little history on the Euros. There was a match decided by a coin toss back in the day after it had a replay. So the last thing you want to do is lose on a coin toss. And, it's a harsh reality, and there's always going to be a winner and loser. And when you go so long in a game and it can't be decided, it's the most exciting, entertaining way to do it. And like you say, it hurts, and it hurts a hell of a lot, but it's the lottery, and that is what it is. I'm happy just to say England drew with Italy, and we'll forget about the penalties, and we'll take a point away from this if that's even doable.
Yeah, salute Italy. Michael, as always, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, and to everybody listening in, congratulations to the Italians, commiserations to the English, and bring on the World Cup. Yeah,
the World Cup, 18 months' time. Our special guest, Michael Bridges, thanks to Optus Sports.
Yeah, it was a terrific, depending either way that you wanted the result to go. If you're
great gratitude there too.
Australian, Italian, you would have been running through Victoria Square with flares.
I saw them this morning.
If you're the English, you're flat as a...
If you're still out there, give us a call, 82230000. Got a Bob Jane T-Mart text here. Wasn't it great to see Wembley Stadium full? That's from Bruce. Yeah, you're right, and here's the reason for it. If you had both COVID jabs, you could go to Wembley Stadium. Now, its capacity is 90,000. They allowed 60,000 in, but 5,000 got in there. Apparently there was twice as many outside, 100 to 150,000. So I reckon let that be a little bit of a cautionary tale or a message to us Australians. Get your jabs. I call it do your duty. And the sooner we do that, the sooner we can get back to normal life and normal business. And business folk are the ones that are suffering. And as we say that to New South Welshmen, we hear you. 87% of Britons have had one jab.
Correct.
70% have had two jabs. In Australia, 9% of our population are vaccinated. Come on.
And that's good. We were 4% about a week ago.
No, that is good, but come on.
Well, no, that's not good.
Let's go.
Facetious, but
I got my second Pfizer this week, then I'm done.
I was watching the Copa America final on Sunday morning, and they only had 1,000 or 2,000 people in there too, so they haven't got it under control. So that's what you can do. You can get a full stadium.
My word.
Do it.
Bob Jane T-Mart, if the Pommy soccer expert is late, ... he's still parking the bus. They park the bus. They park the bus. Hello, Bruno.
Hello, Steve.
Go Italia. Woohoo.
I'm still flying. I'm flying.
Where are you?
I'm in the car driving home. I'm going to go and have a couple of glasses of red and then go for a sleep, I think.
Oh, goodness me. You got up and watched it? Where'd you watch it?
I watched it at home. If I'm really invested in a game of sport, I watch it at home because I know what I'm like. I don't want to see people see the ugly side of me like that.
No. The pride in a win like that for your nation. I used to do that when the Wallabies won, or we won the World Cup in cricket. Not so much now, but it's amazing, Bruno. Explain it.
I love the Socceroos, and I follow soccer, and I follow local football here, but I've had a love affair with the Italian national football team since I was a kid with my dad. And,
of course you do.
There's times through my life where I wanted a divorce, but, today rekindled the affair again. But the thing about international football and major tournaments like this is that players, highly paid professionals, you can see they're vested in it. When the goal scored, like if you watch club football, you got these guys sitting on the bench, they don't care, they're getting paid, so what? But when you watch international football, these tournaments, goal scored, and those substitutes are just as excited as the spectators are. It's just brilliant. They really care about playing for their country, and I love it. Yeah.
The connection of a nation to their football team is unbelievable, and I don't think there's any other sport that has that connection. Now, in 10 days' time, we're going to have the Olympics, and there'll be moments there where we will. But football to nations like Italy and England and France and Spain and Portugal and Germany, the list goes on, even us with the Socceroos, we're not quite there. It's life or death. It's more than a religion. It's more than a game. Thank you, Bruno.
Have you forgotten Italy, though, or forgiven them after the Lucas Neal? No, I don't either.
No.
I still had a little...
No, never.
Anyway, keep the calls coming in.
You just pulled a nasty little bloody scab off my wound.
That's brutal.
That was brutal. But that's the game.
Yeah. All right. 0448081395 if you'd like to have you say the Bob Jane T-Mart text line. Here's what's happening on the roads, and don't forget, Karen Carr, mother of,
Yeah,
very
beautiful.
shortly.
Look
Here's the
forward to
traffic.
At Findon got urgent gas works on Crittenden Road near Findon Road. Fullerton expect delays on Glen Osmond Road near Fullerton Road for the intersection upgrade. Crayford's got speed restrictions on the freeway. They still apply for works in both directions. And busy on the drive home Marion Road near Anzac Highway. Speed cameras McGill Road McGill and Osmond Terrace at Norwood. Make the switch today. Enjoy zero cost FPOS with SmartPay. No more terminal rental, no more merchant fees. Visit smartpay.com.au. Minimum turnover and T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Automasters, major sponsor of 5AA's Regional Spotlight. Listen in daily to hear the hidden gems of regional SA. Get there and back safely. Call 1300 Automasters. That's 1300 Automasters.
When you think surgery, you think hospital, right? Well, Dr. Greg Keane wants you to think SportsMed.
SportsMed is the only purpose-built orthopaedic hospital in the country, with world-class nursing and theatre staff, a first-class catering team, and the latest innovations in patient treatment and care.
And your surgeons?
We're experts in all procedures for hips, knees, feet, ankles, shoulders, elbows, wrists and hands.
All your treatments, all your care. One place. SportsMed.
Start living life again after your successful surgery.
Sportsmed.com.au.
Good leaders always look to support local, and they stay local. Like Leader Computers, Australia's largest Australian-owned PC manufacturer, based right here in South Australia. Having a world-class manufacturer of computers is a big win for our state, providing jobs and local support you simply can't get from overseas companies. Looking for the latest Intel and Microsoft-based computers at great pricing with the huge benefit of local support? Google Leader Computers to find your closest Leader reseller.
Can I have a flat white to take away, thanks?
Sure, that'll be $10.
Sorry, but the cafe down the road has the same coffee beans and the same milk for only $4.
Yeah, well, ours is $10, Dale.
Ah, I see.
Should have gone to Specsavers, because whether you're buying coffee or hearing aids, you shouldn't have to pay top dollar for top-of-the-range features. Book a free 15-minute hearing check today at specsavers.com.au/hearing. Conditions apply.
Do you think a concert pianist needs a builder's license? No. Does a chartered accountant need one?
Highly unlikely, Will.
Yes, but what about a house inspector?
Well, surely they need one.
No, unfortunately, there are no regulations in the industry that say you must be a builder to become a house inspector. Mike Pearl from House Inspect Australia is a third-generation licensed builder, and his team is the most qualified team in Australia for house inspections.
It's the biggest purchase decision of your life, so don't risk it. Go to houseinspectaustralia.com.au.
If you're planning an event, whether it's a small meeting with the latest in reliable technology or a large gala dinner full of glitz and glamour, you'll experience event excellence on every level at the Adelaide Convention Centre. Excellence in understanding your needs and delivering them to exacting standards is what we do. And we don't just aim for excellence, we go beyond. So for your next excellent event, the team is ready and waiting at the Adelaide Convention Centre, the centre of event excellence.
60 months interest free at Harvey Norman. Purchase with 60 months interest free and receive a bonus gift card up to the value of $500. Shop for laptops, printers, TVs, fridges, washing machines, lounges, beds and more. Minimum financed amount $1,000. Approved applicants only. 60 equal monthly payments. Interest applies if you do not comply with terms and conditions. Fees and exclusions apply. Purchase with 60 months interest free and receive a bonus gift card valued at up to $500 at Harvey Norman.
New Mitsubishi Triton with 10-year warranty, 10-year cap price servicing at Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth. This is Roey's Sports Show.
12 minutes to 6. While you're away, Tim Jennifer put the jinx on Jamie Carr.
No.
She might get it done midweek.
And
as
she
we
didn't.
know, Jamie didn't quite get it done.
No.
Was stuck on 99 like Shane Warne. However, what a weekend it was for our South Australian jockey sensation.
Deep speed, 200 metres to go. Two legs, is this the moment? Followed in second place by Pioneer River, and then a wall chasing Deep Speed, 50 metres to go in front. They're coming at deep speed. Is it going to hold it? It will for Jamie Carr. A century of winners from the Car of the Year.
Well, our very own Jamie Carr made horse racing history, winning 100 Victorian races in one season. Joining us, her proud mum, Karen Carr. Karen, wowee, congratulations. How good's that?
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's been a bit of a goal of her of late, and I'm so glad she finally got there in the end.
Yeah, no other jockeys ever won 100 Vic races in a season, and there's been some mighty names there, Karen.
I know, incredible names. So very proud of what she's achieved. I think she was just very fortunate to have a lot of support along the way and just doing what she loves doing. So it's all good.
She was in the nervous 90s for a while, in the 99s for 2 weekends. Didn't she let you come to the races on the weekend, Karen?
We're actually in Adelaide, and we spent quite a bit of time in Victoria with her previous husband's been there helping her build horse yards and everything for their training facility. And then we got caught in lockdown, so then we managed to get back, and then, it was just too quick. We'd only been home a couple of weeks, so we watched it from home. It was all
Beautiful.
good. Yeah.
Do you watch every race? Do you ride every race? Do you feel every blow?
Yes.
Yeah.
When she was racing here in South Australia, I'd go to every meet. I just had to be there. And now when she's, it's hard when we're here and she's racing, but we watch every race we can. So, yeah.
Does the fear of injury subside? I've got a young fella playing AFL now, Karen, and the first thing you want the team to do to win, so you'd want Karen to succeed, but then always in the back of your mind is that little injury. Now, yours is life and death. They go pretty quick and they weigh a ton.
Of course, yeah. Of course, it's always in the back of my mind, my heart's in my mouth quite often when I'm watching the race. But I know she's confident. She's a good horsewoman. Anything could happen, of course, but she's pretty fearless. And I think as a jockey, once you start worrying about, what could happen, then it's time not to be riding. So we just trust her and fingers crossed each time she runs. Yeah.
You a horse girl? Did you get her into it? Tell us how she got into it.
We did get her into it, but I started in my mid-30s, so I wasn't, a horse woman from a young age. But we just managed to have a little bit of a farm and some little miniature ponies, and when she was born, she just that was it. That's all she wanted to do. Instead of pushing her around in a pram, I'd sort of lead her around on a pony, and she just loved it. And then, it was like, go away, Mum, I'm riding this on my own. And it just took off. That was her passion right from the start.
So she's been an early morning riser all the way through then as well. I don't know why that goes hand in glove, but that'd do me in.
No, actually, she wasn't. She didn't like early mornings. She couldn't get up to school. That was all too hard. But we laughed because she really is not an early morning person, but obviously she has to be now. And that's, so I have a bit of a giggle when she's got to get up at 4 a.m. or whatever. So, but that's all good.
Are you allowed to back her as a mum?
You are, but we don't. It just feels like sometimes we can jinx her. And I'd rather just sit and watch her, and if she wins, that's great. But no, we don't really back her. When she first started as apprentice, it was a big joke. We put $1 on every ride, but then all of a sudden we realised every ride was adding up, and that was just ridiculous.
Well, they said, I heard a stat, if you put $100 on Jamie at the start of the year, she's had 100 wins. She's won over 11 million in prize money, and she's had 120 seconds or thirds. You'd have 1.7 million in the tin tank.
Is that right?
Oh, Karen, what were we thinking?
I know. What were we doing?
Oh.
Never mind.
Magnificent. Look, from afar, we just seem that every time we get to Friday and talk to Racing.com's Terry McAuliffe, Jamie's name comes up. She's had a remarkable season. I know you're very proud. As South Australians, we are too. She's did something in Victoria that no one's ever done, and that's a mighty great achievement for a South Aussie. So, actually, before we do let you go, yeah, she's very shy. She doesn't like talking in the media, does she?
Neither do we.
I know.
It's something that's been rubbed into her, and she just wants to get on with it. She just wants to ride. I think she's realised now she has to sort of do a bit more media. But it did get to her last week. It was, pretty cruel on Wednesday. And then, and even around Melbourne Cup time, the pressure got a lot. It was a lot for her. But and she's only a young woman, so
she'll get used to it.
I'm proud of the way she's handling it, and she'll get better with it. Yeah.
Karen, be proud. We are. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much for your call.
Yeah, great work. Karen Carr, the mum of Jamie Carr, 100 winners in Victoria. No one, man or woman, has ever done that. That's a mighty achievement.